Hello guys, welcome to my channel. So in today's video I'm going to be sharing with you what goes in my baby hospital bag, the basic essential items that my baby will need in the hospital. So I'm going to be sharing that with you, and if you haven't watched the first part of this video where I share what goes in my own hospital bag, you can check the link in the description or the suggested video in the card. So if you're interested, let's dive right into it. So the first items, of course, I've got my baby bag. So this is a very lightweight bag, so which I did mention in my first video. I got it from Amazon. There's a set of two lightweight easy carrier bag or travel bag, so which I'll be putting all the necessary things in it. So the first item I'm putting in is the towel. So I've got a towel, it's two set of towel, so I just take two at least, it will last me for the 2 or 3 days I'm going to be staying in the hospital. So 2 towels. The other item going in is bib. So I've got a bib, so which will be going in, if when feeding the baby, you don't want the baby to look messy or the clothes to get messy. So the bib, of course. And this, of course, I've got a cotton wool, I got the ball one. So this is very handy for me. I like this because as a newborn, I don't like to use them or wipes. You understand? Except maybe water wipes, but I prefer to use water for the first 1 month. When I need to clean the baby bottom, I just use the water and the cotton wool to clean the bottom. So, which is very good, because their skin is still very sensitive. So cotton wool, of course. Another item I've got is the sleep suit / grow. So I'm taking 3 with me. So it depends on you. You can decide to go with 4. Depends on how long you're going to stay in the hospital. But I think 2 or 3 days, 3 is okay for me, because the 3rd day probably that will be the day I'll be coming back home and the baby will be wearing the normal clothing to get back home. Another item that will be in my hospital bag is the blanket. So I've got 2 sets of blanket. I've got this one which is thick, for the weather, and I've just got this one which is the lightweight one. So just in case I need to wrap the baby or swaddle the baby in my hand, I can use this because it's long enough for the swaddle, and this is just to cover when the baby is sleeping. But the last time with my first baby, so the hospital did give me some blanket to use for the baby, which is extremely thicker. So I'm sure the same thing will happen this time, but I still prefer to take my own with me. Another item going in is face towel. I've got 2 pairs, just to wash the baby, just to pat the baby lightly to wash them, because the skin is still very sensitive. So you want to be careful when giving them the first clean in the hospital. You don't want to be too hard on it. Another item going in the hospital bag is my baby comb set, and of course the baby hair oil, Johnson oil. That's what I use for my first girl, and that's what I'm gonna use for this one as well. So I've got this bodysuit, set of bodysuits, and I think I've got 4 pair of bodysuits in here, because the baby has to wear that in first before wearing the girl. So I've got bodysuits in here as well, which is 4 of it. So these are the set of clothes the baby will be wearing back home from the hospital when we get discharged. And another thing is I've got socks and I've got hats as well. So I've got a couple of socks in there. I've got mittens as well, and I've got hats for the baby, to keep the baby warm in the hospital. So another items I'm taking to the hospital for my baby is this. So this one here is more of like a Vaseline, whereby when you clean the baby bum, you can just apply the cream on the bum just to avoid any breakage, because of their sensitive skin. And of course this one in here, so I got it from pharmacy. They gave me as a gift when I was in the baby shopping, and let me just take it with me. So it's an Aveeno baby wash, body wash. So I just had to take that with me, that maybe when I'm cleaning the baby's skin, I can just put a little into the water, just to give it that soapy to clean the baby's skin gently. And of course, this is my main one, which I use for my first child, and I'm using it for my second child. And this is with olive oil. So this is an original olive oil. So I use olive oil for my baby first month. The first month of birth, I use olive oil because when baby comes out, their skin looks flaky and dry sort of thing. So olive oil is very good. It helps a lot, to clear all those dry looking skin, and it makes their skin look so nice, So I use olive oil for the first month of birth. That's what I use. And I got these from Boots, so that's why I get the olive oil from Boots. So another thing is the little gift from mama, which I'm just gonna put right beside my baby when sleeping. That okay, this is the first gift mama is giving you. Welcome, welcome, welcome. So this is so nice. So I just got this for my little baby, you know. The other item going in the hospital bag is this one. This is jackets, you know, because the weather is going to be cold, you know, just to keep the baby warm as well when we're coming back home from the hospital. So I've got this one pair of it. So the next thing I'm taking to the hospital with me is Diaper. So I'm taking the full pack with me because the last time I went with my first child, I went with a small pack of Diaper, and by the time we get discharged, the day of our discharge, you know, I don't have any to use for my baby, so I had to be asking the midwife that, please, can you get me a diaper? So they had to go and get me from another mom, you know, and it was a bigger size, but we still had to manage it to get back home. So this is my rice, and I'm going with a bigger pack. It's better I have extra than to struggle with it. The other things which I'll be needing for my baby is gonna be the car seat, but of course dad knows about that, so I don't need to pack that right now, so he knows about that. So the car seats to bring the baby back home. So these are the basic items that I need for my baby, because in the hospital I use some of the things they supply it as well, but these are my basic essential items I need for my baby in the hospital. Okay, so I hope you find this video useful as a new mom or mom to be, and you're thinking, okay, how do you pack your hospital bag for yourself or for your baby? So I hope you find this video useful. You can check out my first video, which I shared what I put in my own hospital bag, and I hope you find both of the video useful. Don't forget to give me a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel so you can keep update with me and my family. Thank you, and see you in my next video. Bye.